Good morning. Glad to be with you here talking about you and your business. We got a lot to cover on today's program, as usual. And, man, I can't tell you how the variety we have. It needs to become – I'm kind of like the Carol Burnett of business radio in terms of all the different topics and coverage that we have. It's a lot of fun. Today we're going to kind of tee it off with a discussion of what's happening in the legal front. And I'd like to bring on my good friend Marc Krasney. He's an attorney. And, in fact, he also works with us on our legal issues over with our media company. Marc Krasney has been practicing law for a long time and has had a unique practice that's really preventive law oriented. What a nifty idea. If there's any area where the idea of an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure, I can't imagine one better than the area of law. Marc Krasney, welcome to the program.
Well, I appreciate that. That was quite the introduction.
Yeah, it was a mouthful, too. It's hard to get it all out. But anyway, tell us a little bit about, I covered a little bit there, but what do you tell people exactly what you do?
Well, I was a litigator for 8 years in the business arena. So whenever clients would call, they'd already have the dispute, and it was time to go to the courthouse. I charged them hourly, and before you knew it, whether they won or lost at the courthouse, they were having to pay me and my law firm. That got expensive. And so many of my clients would say, how do I avoid this situation? And we thought about it, and probably a year or two went by, and in discussions with my clients, I decided, to start a law firm that focused on a flat fee billing system and becoming part of their management team. So treating more or less a small or medium-sized business like a large company that has an in-house counsel. And so when issues did arise, we would discuss them when they arose. Mm-hmm. Instead of, on the other side, which was wait till something happened, wait till something bad happened, and we have to run down to the courthouse. And you know what? My clients have gotten, they're really happy about it because they have some legal expertise at the time the decision's made. Yeah. And they don't have to roll the dice on the bill.
Absolutely. And they can be more preventative, more actors rather than reactors.
Yeah, exactly. And then the clients have stayed with us. We charge them a low monthly fee, and frankly, it's true. Whether they use us or not, we charge them for that month. But the nice thing is we're like an insurance policy. You might not ever use it, but it's there, and they can call and say, hey, I have this issue, and right away we get a response to them that second, and then there's no bill that comes at the end of the month at, $400 an hour or something.
Yeah, exactly. And so it just makes a lot more sense. I like to use you kind of as a barometer of what's happening when it comes to business and the law and on the business front. Sometimes when the economy's getting better, you're doing a lot more corporation setup and a lot more expansion type things for companies. When not so good, you're doing a lot more bankruptcies and some arm twisting for collections. What do you got going on these days?
Well, you're absolutely right. And the biggest question I get these days is, how do I protect my business from liability? So in the event something does happen, either in the service or the widgets they make, how do I make sure that some plaintiff's lawyer doesn't go and steal, that's what they'll usually say, or take away my money, or ruin my business, or shut me down? And so most of the time they're wanting liability protections. And so we go through the whole song and dance about the different types of entities that are out there and what protections they offer, both on the liability front and to some degree on the tax front. And so we also discuss with our clients about getting a good CPA involved. We can talk about the liability protections, but a good CPA is going to help on the money-saving tax implications.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Talking again to a great talent, a regular contributor here on the program, Marc Krasney. Marc, how do we get more information about your firm? I always want to make sure we get that in.
Sure, I appreciate it. We have a great website, KrasneyLawFirm.com, that explains all the business type of things that we do, the arrangement on a flat fee, and 713-589-8100 is our phone number. But again, the website's pretty thorough, and we look forward to getting new clients and talking with them. And we don't charge them, right away. We want to find out what the needs are, and then we try to fit them into a payment plan that accommodates their business. We have some businesses that are actually large, in my opinion, that do this. They got rid of their in-house counsel, and they use us. And, we've been doing this since 2007, so for quite some time, and none of our customers or clients have left. So something's working.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy spending my time talking again with Marc Krasney, helping attorneys stay on the right side of the law. A lot of stuff going on in the labor front. Talk a little bit about that. That's become kind of dicey, has it not?
Well, absolutely, because I get questions all the time about, employees who leave, who might have an age discrimination case, a race case, something about gender discrimination, things like that. We get lots of those questions, and we also help our clients go through the EEOC complaints and even get up to an employment discrimination lawsuit. While my firm doesn't specifically handle the litigation, we do stay involved because oftentimes with litigation, that client will have a litigator who will say something, and many times it might as well be in Greek. We'll help translate what that client is hearing from that litigator and help them figure out the best way to handle, from a business point of view, the lawsuit.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, again, people need to try to navigate these things with some help with a professional rather than, try to wing it themselves. And I tell you, again, it goes back to the value of having an in-house counsel for hire, which is essentially what you are, because you're getting paid a certain amount on a regular basis. And if it becomes something that you actually have to be involved in litigation, you're not even profiting from that generally. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't handle the litigation. I don't want to have the hourly billing. We still stay involved. We'll find out what's going on. Sometimes we'll even review bills that the litigation law firm sends out to our clients just to make sure our clients feel comfortable, not just in what happens, but making sure, they don't get taken advantage because so many people just think it's so expensive and they don't know any better. But we stay involved to make sure they do.
All right, really good. Thanks so much. Again, it's Marc Krasney. He's an attorney extraordinaire. Why don't you go ahead and give that contact information one more time?
Yeah, you bet. It's KrasneyLawFirm.com, 713-589-8100.
Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, when we come back, we're going to have much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com.